Oh, education. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to TCNewTech. This month we're doing a non-tech event pitch, and we got 5 contestants that are going to be pitching to for your votes to win $500. So very excited about that. We are rolling over to use our new TCNewTech app. So if you haven't checked in already, please make sure that you do that. You will need that to vote tonight. And it's also really good because we've got a few like survey questions in there to see how we're doing with the event as we're changing things, as well as an opportunity to win an M22 gift card for $25. And we'll pull that at the end there. So without further ado, I'm going to get us all set up. We have Sarah Hunt here emceeing our event tonight, and she is going to be introducing everybody. Sarah's a longtime member, and she has been on the board, and she's a sponsor. She's with ProFit Cleaning. So I'm going to hand it off to Sarah. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you. Hey, everyone. It's nice to see you guys all on this hot August day. So we're going to take a moment and silence our phones, if you would, as we move into our presentations tonight. So I'd like to remind you why we're all here tonight of our mission. Our mission for TCNewTech is to expedite the launch of startups. As you will hear tonight, expediting those companies means many different things. We have everything from pre-seed to exit. At TCNewTech, we are always looking for new ideas, especially new tech ideas that we can hopefully launch new ventures that will create high value economy in Northern Michigan. We appreciate your membership and the generosity of our sponsors because that will help us build a thriving ecosystem here in Traverse City. So tonight we have 5 presenters. They'll be giving you a 5-minute presentation along with 5-minute Q&A in the audience. And then we'll have a little bit of time for you to vote and also give a little bit of community PSA. Awards and sponsors to follow. You can get involved by becoming a member. So if you take a moment and scan that, if you're not already a member, please, consider joining. There's lots of great things and you'll help our ecosystem build as well. All right, so now we're going to thank our sponsor, 20 Fathoms, for joining as our main sponsor. And I believe we have Carrie coming today for a little bit update. Carrie?
Hey everyone, I'm Carrie Imla. I'm the Director of Marketing at 20 Fathoms. Real quick, I've got 4 updates from you as far as what we've got going on at 20 Fathoms. First of all, we're expanding the capacity at 20 Fathoms, which is really exciting. Many of you may know that we moved into our current office space less than 2 years ago. And now after a really amazing summer, we're in a position to expand and add new workstations. I think that says a lot about the growth of the tech and entrepreneurship community in Traverse City. So it's something we can all be excited about. Second, speaking of our co-working space, A lot of us, we all run on coffee, and I'm excited to announce this week that we have a new coffee sponsor at 20 Fathoms. Brew is coming in starting this week as our new coffee sponsor. We're serving Madcap coffee. So next time you're in the office, pour a cup of espresso or coffee and thank Brew. Third, we are introducing some new programming specifically for idea stage and early stage entrepreneurs. So those people who call Maria in our office or reach out and say, I have an idea and I'm really excited about it and I think it's really good and I don't really know what to do next. I think a lot of you will agree we have a lot of pieces of support areas that we can plug them into here in Traverse City, but we're looking at building some wraparound services to help them to go from the idea to building a business and making sure they're successful. So more to come on that. And if anybody has any ideas about what that should look like, let us know. Right now, like any good startup, we're in the discovery phase. Lastly, a couple events coming up that I want to share with you. This Thursday, we have a Beer 30 happy hour at 20 Fathoms. Stop in and meet some new people and reconnect with old friends. Also, let me check my notes. On August 24th, we have a Women in Tech meetup. Many of you may remember that we were doing this last year, restarting it. We're meeting at Earth and Ales on August 24th. If you're a woman working in tech, stop by and have a drink with us. Thanks, everyone.
Carrie. Do we have any 20 Fathom members or desk holders here? Great. So we want to thank them for becoming our main sponsor. 20 Fathoms is, a big component of our ecosystem here in Traverse City, with what we're building with TCNewTech and along with the wonderful startups in TCNewTech. We now would like to move on and let you know about our new voting app. If you were here last month, you should have seen it. Sorry, I'm not pointing it towards there we go. So this time around, we're going to be voting with the voting app, and we'd like to thank Cambium Analytics for being our pitch prize sponsor for this month. Has anybody else tried the voting app? All right, great. Let us know if you have any questions with that. Okay, so we're going to move forward, and we're going to have a little quick tip from Michael Spath of Kapnick Insurance. And Michael will be discussing why insurance matters to startups. And this is brought to you by our educational sponsor, RJG Inc.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I think it's supposed to play. I apologize.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael Spath of Kapnick Insurance Group, and I'm excited to talk to the audience of TCNewTech tonight. I'd love to be there in person today, but we are on a family vacation in Holland, and I would have been in very much trouble with my wife and my son and my in-laws if I had driven up to Traverse City tonight to watch the pitch event in person. But I've loved getting to know the community up in Traverse City, and they asked me to present why insurance matters to startups today. So I'm very excited. And I'm appreciative of my good friend, Jeff Sloan here at Startup Nation Radio, who is going to ask me a couple of these questions. And just thank you for always allowing me to come into this space.
Well, technology downfall. It's always got to be something, Chris.
And record a professional
Yes.
video.
Michael, good to have you. We're thrilled with the kind of content you provide. When you think startups, the kinds of subject matter we typically cover, you think about things like, how do I raise money? How do I write a business plan? How do I get my first customer? Startups don't typically think insurance, but they need to.
They absolutely need to. And yeah, I agree with you that that's on the bottom of the laundry list for most businesses. They're thinking they've got a great idea. They're trying to get it to turn it into a business plan. They're trying to turn it into a market. And they don't think about insurance until the very end. I would tell you that you should be thinking about insurance much further at the beginning. And for a couple of reasons, starting off with just your general liability, you're going to get asked by every potential client down the road, do you have liability insurance? And they won't work with you. They won't sign a contract with you unless you have general liability. Think about this too. I mean, when you're as a software company, as an app developer, as IT service, what you need in terms of insurance is something called technology errors and omissions insurance.
Yes.
We say E&O all the time in the insurance industry, tech E&O in the insurance industry. And so that's what's going to protect you specifically. And the reason you want to do it right now is if you can get on the ground floor, you get a good agency, you get a good carrier, you don't have a lot of risk exposure at the moment. But if you were to wait a year down the road, your risk exposure, as you're bringing in new clients, as you're bringing in investment dollars, that's going to go up. And so as exposures go up, as revenue goes up, insurance goes up.
Give us an example of what this covers.
So tech E&O covers if you're a software company and you end up having a client who uses your software, maybe you're a fintech company and they use your software to take care of their payroll, take care of their investment dollars, take care of anything that comes with finances, and say your software for whatever reason has some slight error in it and someone thinks that they're getting $10,000 and they end up getting $1 million, well, they're going to come back and say, hey, it wasn't our fault, it was the software company's fault. So the software company is going to be held responsible. And that's where your technology E&O insurance kicks in to cover you and provide that peace of mind to you, knowing that you need that to safeguard your business for the future.
Okay, and then what about D&O?
D&O. This is where I think this is so critically important to startup businesses right now, because you want investment dollars, right? And the investment community in Traverse City, the angel investors out there, the VC firms, they are super savvy. And what they want to see, they don't just believe in your idea. They believe in the team that you assemble around that idea. Look, you're a great CTO, but they want a CFO. They want an experienced COO. They want an experienced CEO. They want to know that you are putting together a group that is going to be able to take this idea to the next level.
Betting on the team.
And how do you attract that group? Well, you attract that group, you attract a board of directors by having directors and officers insurance that safeguards those people, knowing that if anything were to happen, if there's a financial loss, if there's a financial risk, if there's anything where they feel like the investors feel like you have not done what you need to do, then the board of directors, the C-suite are all going to be protected by directors and officers insurance. What is critically important about this is that an investor could come after you for your personal finances. They could come after your home. They could come after your whatever you've got in your 401k. They can come after all these things. But if you have directors and officers insurance, your D&O kicks in and protects all your personal assets. This insurance pays for all those things that an investor may want to seek, some type of compensation for. And so it allows you, to feel good about, I know my own personal investment is safe, but allows me to track those C-suite people that you need for your business to attract the big time investing dollars that you're looking for as you're building up your startup.
Well, once again, I'd like to thank RJG for presenting this time for us for educational sponsor, and Michael with Kaepernick Insurance. As we move forward, we're going to invite our first pitch prize sponsor, first pitch, I apologize. 42 Degree Fresh Coast Extract. Samuel Rosen, can you come in? Rosinski? Sorry about that, Samuel. Welcome.
All right, good evening, everyone, and thanks for having me. My name is Samuel Rosinski, and I am the Chief Executive Officer at a company in Kalkaska called 42 Degrees. We are a contract manufacturer in the compliant cannabis industry. So the problem with the cannabis industry is it's federally illegal. And what that means for brands is as each new state onboards, brands have choices. They can either stay in their respective state or in space becoming irrelevant, or they can stand up in new markets. This is often time consuming and extremely expensive. So that leads one to wonder, how can they expand without having to greenfield their own project? Looking to the retail side of things, retailers are prohibited from deducting selling, general, and administrative expenses and marketing under a provision called 280E. What this means is because cannabis is federally illegal, they're not able to deduct these expenses. So companies are not able to market themselves in an effective fashion. There are over 185,000 brands in the cannabis industry, so it's choosing the right relationships is of the utmost importance to these retailers, as they need a partner that's going to work with them in order to help them sell their own products. That's where we come in. So 42 Degrees, we solve these problems. We're architects of infrastructures, and we serve as a switchgear for sales in the cannabis market. We're agile, intelligent, and lean, and have implemented an impartial business model that solves the problems plaguing the modern cannabis markets. We leverage performance-based contracts between brands, growers, and retailers alike to turn commodities into finished goods that have a product market fit in the legal cannabis market. We do this through our distribution network of over 350 retailers across the state, many of which are household names. As we've seen, some of our clients include Gage Cannabis, Cambium is a partner of ours, which is one of the sponsors of this, Loom Cannabis Company as well. We make all different types of products out there. As I mentioned, we do have over 350 partners now. We have 83 cultivation partners, 18 brand partners. And to date, since we've opened up our doors in 2020 with 6 individuals, we've grown that agency over to now 130 employees. We are now Kalkaska's 3rd largest employer next to the public school system and also hospital. To date, thank you. To date, we've generated $35 million in revenue and distributed over 4 million units of products, and we've cash flowed $3.25 million of hard-earned money back into the business to create more jobs. What we want to do is we are seeking outside capital right now to help assist us in becoming a leader in lean and automated manufacturing. The capital we are raising would go towards the development of staff and manager training programs for lean manufacturing, ERP upgrades with IoT sensor integration, and we're trying to fortify our distributions and logistics through business intelligence solutions. Lastly, we want to acquire various automation lines for our core services that we offer. What we've done to date is we're raising $2.5 million in a senior secured loan, and we're working with a local credit union on that right now. But what I'm asking you this evening is for the assistance in us closing out of a $3 million convertible note round. We've raised $1.75 million over the last 90 days, and we're looking to close out the remainder. It's a 3-year term, 10% interest, bearing a 15% discount to the following round. What we would do with that is we would retire $180,000 in debt. That's all we've had. That's all we've taken out to date. We're completely debt-free as an organization, and we would expand our Michigan operations. There would also be a bit of treasury management in there as well so that we could maintain liquidity. Where we see this heading is, and I'm going to pass through my notes here. Based on what our pro forma studies have indicated, and our newfound equipment, we expect to increase our annual revenue by $12 million annually over the next 3 years, resulting in pre-tax earnings of $7.5 million. This is a relevant metric in the cannabis space, again, because of how businesses are valued under a federal legal pretense. Businesses traditionally in the space are valued between 3 to 5 times forward pre-tax earnings. Based on the numbers that we're forecasting, that'll put us at about a $30 million valuation. How we know we can do this? We have a proven track record. We're top 5 in the state out of 130 processors. We're number 1, 2, and 7 in our respective categories, and we have a supportive capital family behind us. We'd be nowhere without our seed investors that are out there. So as an early stage startup, I know how important it is to bring on good investors. The other side of it is mitigation of contract risk. We face 2 different types of contract risks in the space, duration and concentration. We've structured all of our contracts out multi-year that would expand well beyond the 3 years of what the convertible notes duration would be. And we've limited concentration risk to less than 30% of any company being in our portfolio. Lastly, we're hedging ourselves against the market. As we know that all what goes up must come down, and the cannabis industry has grown quite a bit very quickly. So for us to be able to hedge ourselves against market forces, we have invoked performance-based contracts. This insulates us from commoditization of the industry. And then also, too, we are implementing data-driven decisions. We have real-time feedback loops at various points in our value stream, whether that be work in process, whether that be inventory at the retailer, or even sitting on our own shelves to make us more dynamic and agile as this industry has changed so quickly. We're a startup. Our competitors are a startup. Our regulatory agency is a startup. I mean, our clients, our customer, everyone's a startup. And what that means is 90% growth year over year, but that also does not come without risk. So with that being said, I thank you for your time, and I welcome any questions.
Thank you. And I just realized we do not have somebody keeping time. So Chris, we don't have somebody keeping time. So I'm going to let you know our 5 minutes if you'd like to start now. Any questions in the audience?
Well, I'm not walking up to ask a question. I have to come up in time. But I'll ask you while I'm here. When this becomes federally legal, how will that impact your business model?
When this becomes federally legal, how will it impact our business? The biggest movement of legalized cannabis will be the passing of the Safe Banking Act. Getting access to traditional lines of credit and banking services has been probably the largest challenge for us. We cannot get a traditional mortgage. We have specialty banks. When we take on traditional lending from a credit union, we're paying, mid-teens in interest rates. So I think when federal legalization happens, we're going to see two things. Number one, banking open up, and then also the ability to cross state lines. It's our job to get an early foothold to be that distributor in all of these new markets so that we can continue to work with local farmers throughout every state and continue to run a successful business for them.
Right back here.
That's a great question. We represent clients, which are brands in the space, and that could be coming from out of state, or it could be also mom and pops who have their own cultivation that are looking to create a brand. Our customers are the retailers, as we're not able to sell directly to the consumer. So our customers are, in fact, the retailers, and there's about 550 of them in the state of Michigan right now. Absolutely. We have a 6-member sales team that are satellite. And then also, too, we have an in-house marketing team that we work with. We also work with a geofencing agency as well to take point of sales data to be able to get user-generated loyalty so that we can geofence and target them. Because actually, for a lot of our clients now, we're rolling out a zero-waste inventory policy to help them turn over inventory quicker. Any other questions?
You gonna stick around
Oh.
afterwards?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Any follow-ups?
All right.
All right. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thank you. So next, we're going to have a remote pitch, and I'm going to invite Burgess on. So just give us a moment here while we bring Burgess Foster of Mitigation. Hi, Burgess. Can you hear
Yes,
us?
the proper enunciation of my name is Burgess with a J
Burgess.
sound. And the proper enunciation of our firm is My Digital. The MI stands for Michigan, but we say it My Digital.
So you'll have 5 minutes to present and 5 minutes for Q&A.
I have a question before I begin, please, and thank you. I know that the gentleman that went before me, he did not have his clock set. And if he went over or under, that's, I just want to make sure that I should be able to present equally without having a clock timer on me. I don't mind in 5 minutes, but I just, I want to keep things at parity.
He was -9 or -1 minute, so we'll give you the full 10.
Okay, thank
Sound
you.
good?
I appreciate it.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Okay. When are you set for me to go?
I'm ready.
Are you ready for me now?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. And go.
Well, my name is Burgess Foster. I am the CEO of My Digital Corporation, technically Smarter Electronics. Now, most companies have an origin story, much like the Avengers or Spider-Man or Batman. Our story begins in 2018 when I had the vision after teaching community college and business courses to start a company. I went in to pay my bill one day at a T-Mobile, and I wanted to get something, some electronics, and it was priced way out of market, nearly $200. I thought it was insane to be able to get a Bluetooth speaker or a charger or some device at such an exorbitant price. So I started my digital, technically smarter electronics. When you map our corporate DNA and you compare it to the competitive landscape, one of the things that really makes us attractive is that we're a relevant company. What makes us relevant? The fact is that we are the glasses that I'm using now. I'm talking to you in the audience through my glasses. We actually have a utility patent for our technology called the Bluetooth smart glasses. These are our M1 frames. We have M3 and M10. They're named after streets in Detroit. The M1 is Woodward, the M3 is Gratiot, and the M10 is the Lodge in the city of Detroit. These glasses allow you to talk on the phone and audio stream music for up to 6 to 8 hours. That's about 30% longer than our competitor Bose and Ray-Ban, something we're quite proud of. Now, these glasses come in black, blue, and red. We just won the QVC Big Ticket, Big Fine competition nationally to appear on the QVC channel later this month. They're buying thousands of units. We also just won the Making It with Lowe's competition, whose spokesperson is none other than Mr. Shark himself, Damon Johns. Also, we just secured a VA contract to supply the VA hospitals with our technology, our devices inside of their stores. Each of the VA hospitals, over 150 of them, have a store inside where you can buy, clothing or little accoutrements and things of that nature. So I serve the United States military. We are a veteran-based business and a female-owned business as well. We're certified as that. As we go through our deck, our market analysis says that this is an addressable market size cell phone accessories, because these Bluetooth to your phone have a $72 billion market. $72 billion market. We're planning on entering into that market space within 2 years with an IPO. That IPO would allow us to expand our operations, currently to about 600 locations, strategically placed near college campuses like the University of Michigan, Western Michigan, Eastern Michigan, the University of Florida, University of North Carolina, etc. These are some of our devices that you see. These ladies are modeling our red color, which is the M3, and then the black, which is the M1, and the blue, which is the M10. You see other devices that we have, such as Apple Watch chargers, Bluetooth speakers, and this little device that you see here, the white one, looks like a little machine. That's the one that we're pitching to federal offices and places like that to be able to sterilize their environments. That would include places like General Motors Corporation, Ford, Walmart, anybody that wants to sterilize their workspace, not necessarily in a retail setting, but like, in their corporate offices. Our marketing vision is simple. We're B2B and B2C, business to business and business to consumer. And we're going to culminate with this IPO idea that right now we have a market capitalization of about $15 million. We have about 15 million shares at a par value of $1. We're trying to raise about 75 million in crowdfunding through a GoFundMe, through a special effort that we're launching, where each investor, 125,000 investors, could get one round lot, which is 100 shares for $600. Thank you.
Burgess, you may take. Thank you for your presentation. You can take part of your 5 minutes Q&A to finish up if you have some time, or we can just move into questions.
Oh, we could just move right into questions. I thought that was a great segue.
Well, I will repeat the questions for you. Any questions for Burgess? Scott? Burgess, his question was, is it in the ear audio or external audio for the glasses?
Oh, these are bone conduction. So we're competing as again with Ray-Ban and Bose, but our particular technology is bone conduction. You just put them on, you can hear it, but no one else can. So imagine if you were at your job, in class at the university or just out jogging, you could actually hear it, but no one else could.
We've got a question way in the back. Russell. Russell's question was that he was in Best Buy, saw 3 models, was wondering if one of those models were by chance yours.
Thank you, Russell, for that question. We are not in the supply chain of Best Buy. I can assure you that one of the models that you saw was not ours. We're currently on the QVC channel later this month. We'll be broadcasting live selling our product. We're also on the Lowe's.com website. That was a huge find for us, Russell. We're able, the Lowe's.com get 1 million hits every day. It's a lot of home improvement going on. Even though you don't think about the glasses as hammer and nails or measuring tape, when you get ready to check out with some of those items, Lowe's will present you and ask you, would you like to have a pair of these Bluetooth glasses? Would you like some Bluetooth speakers or an Apple Watch charger? So we're getting other retailers, and we do have a mind to acquire strategic partnerships, but we're not in Best Buy.
Okay, thank you. We have a question over here. Ashley's asking, since it's such a big space, especially the wearables, how are you cornering that market? IP
Nice.
market.
Excellent question. So the wearable device, there's many different types of wearable devices. First of all, you can even get into like VR, virtual reality. That's a wearable device. But in particular, we are concentrated in a niche that competes with the AirPods. Yay. So AirPods, how many of us have seen this arcane, strange looking thing called one AirPod in, one AirPod out? You're kind of walking around like a broken Christmas tree. But with our technology, it allows you to have both ears open, which has been clearly demonstrated through evidence-based research that it's much safer as you're pushing the baby stroller, walking your dog, taking a jog, working out in the gym, planting something in the yard. This particular technology competes with the AirPods. And there are many people whose ear orifice does not do well and mesh well with AirPods. So we know that we will be able to capture some of that space, even if it's just 15 or 20% of the AirPod space. That would make us a billion-dollar company, a multi-billion-dollar company easily.
Great, we have a question here.
Two small questions. You may have mentioned, but what's the price point and our prescription lenses available?
The question is, what's the price point and are prescription lenses available?
Excellent question. And I did not plant that person in the audience. So yes, the price point. Ray-Bans are $300, Bose are $200, ours come in at $160. Second part of your question, the B part, which is critical. We just inked an agreement with Lens Crafters, which is the nation's largest optometrist. So you're able to buy these frames, either the M1, the M3, or the M10, black, red, or blue, take them into any lens crafter in your neighborhood, whether you be in Nevada, California, North Carolina, or Michigan, okay, and get those lenses put in. Actually, mine are readers that transition. My wife's glasses are progressives with transition. So we are already rocking prescription lenses in our frames. Thank you. And again, I didn't put her in the audience.
Thank you. I think we're close to time. 28 seconds. Any questions? Quick questions here? All right, Burgess. Thank you so much for your time and for your service.
Can I take that 20 seconds back and use it?
What was your question?
No, not a question. I just wanted to firm up something and let folks know that you can go to our website, which is www.midigitel.com. That's Michael Ice Cream, David Innovation, Genius Inspiration, Talent Economics Leadership.com, and see the accoutrement of the devices that we offer, as well as some of the other things that we're doing and competing for grants.
Thank you for your time. And next, I'm going to invite Jack, which I apologize for calling you Scott because I did see Scott over here. So Jack, we're going to invite you, Jack Langford, inviting you up to speak about Evergreen Young Adult Social Club.
Hi, I'm Jack Langford, and I'm here to talk to you about Evergreen Young Adult Social Club, or Evergreen YASC. Let's get into it, shall we? Ooh. There we go. So, in case you can't tell, I'm a young adult. Converse give it away. And I fall in Generation Z, known for our bright colors. Generation Z is between the ages of 18 and 32, are known for being extremely media and arts inspired, extremely active on technology, always engaging in new ways of connecting with each other. And they're also known for being extremely sardonic and the most lonely and anxious generation. So, as you can see, about 56% of Gen Z consider themselves creative. As we get into it, we started Evergreen because we were finding a huge need for young adults that didn't drink in Traverse City. Specifically myself, as I became a young adult, I became really lonely. I felt like all I did was work, sleep, maybe sometimes eat, and then repeat. So one day I got really sick of it, brushed the chip crumbs off my shirt, put down my overheating smartphone, started a Facebook group where I just posted about hikes. People joined, it kind of grew and grew till about 2 years later, where Sam Lasusa, my co-founder, and I turned it into a legal nonprofit corporation. We are currently standing at about 125 active Facebook members and about 45 active in-person members. So when I was going out before Evergreen, I found that I was going to bars like I was told to, and I was met with two options. Slurred speech at 1 a.m. Why are you asking me about my hobbies? It's a bar. Or, oh my God, I'm young, I don't drink, I need friends. Okay, so, obviously got to do something. So we found that with Gen Z, you can see the stats right here. Gen Z drinks less than any other generation, including the, 1920s when alcohol was illegal. So that's kind of an interesting fact. So we're gonna move right into that. And we also found that Gen Z has really scary mental health results. Most Gen Zers report feeling depressed or anxious, and we're finding suicidal thoughts on a skyrocket after COVID. Let's see. So Evergreen is LGBT inclusive, POC inclusive, and we are non-religious and accepting of all young adults. So as we get into it, let's talk about some of the kind of events that we do. So Evergreen provides social events that promote health, wellness, and connection with each other. We do this through beach days, volleyball days, going downtown and exploring, going to the farmers market, partnering with local businesses. We also have a strong health curriculum. We work with medically accredited clinics to provide factual information to young adults. As we keep going, you can see some fun pictures here from some events. So we've gone to Elevate Climbing Wall Gym, we've gone to Halstead Homestead Cherries, and then we also hope to change how young adults view and use social media, putting them in charge of creative direction. So as you can see right there we are coming up with some content that goes towards young adults, made by young adults, which is the important part. More pictures from more events. So we are currently searching for 5 things: financial investment, Financial investment, we're looking for donations to our GoFundMe. We're looking for people that are willing to donate any type of money. And it will be used for things like dance mixers. And sorry, we're going to do it for some dance mixers and for some other events like clothing swaps, clothing repair workshops. Learn about your local city, farmers markets, hiking, biking. And we do all of these events without the use or promotion of alcohol. So as you can see here, we have a rough mock-up for our next dance mixer, which is September 2nd at Studio Anatomy. We're their last show. So this is about roughly what an event costs to run for young adults. So, things like insurance, like they were speaking about at the beginning, decorations, drinks. We're also looking for future operational costs like payroll, insurance, our website, computer and technology, marketing materials, and food and beverages for events. We are also looking for support of business partners. These are some of the people that have partnered with us to do events and support healthy young adults in our city. If you are interested in getting 2 young adults, please come up to me after this. We are also looking for physical spaces whenever it's pool, private dance rooms, a garden, someone's pole barn, because we always need a space to do events. So if you are interested in supporting healthy, happy young adults in our community, you can email evergreenyasctc@gmail.com or call 231-534-5678 or come up to either Sam Lususa or I after this event. We're both wearing green shirts and we'd love to hear how you'd like to support us.
Thank
Oop.
you.
How do I
We
go?
have 5 minutes for Q&A.
Perfect. Thank you. All right, any questions? Yes.
Jack, have you partnered at all with schools, with transitioning adults? Have you done any of that work, or is it something you would consider?
Great question. So we're currently looking at that. Right now, we are 18 plus because of the liability of having mandated reporters. We reached out to the area high schools in about March. It was really crazy for them this year. We've started communicating with some of the area high schools and with Pete's Place. So we'll have to see where that goes. I am really interested in that. We're really interested in capturing 18 to 24 because we're finding that's the age that is the most lonely. But yeah, we're totally open to it. Anyone else? Yes.
Jack, this is awesome. I'm really excited to see where it goes. And I just wonder, once you get this rolling, you'll start one for 55-year-old empty nesters.
Actually, in like a 5-year business plan, I would love to have a teen program, 12 to 18, 18 to about 28, 29, and then a 30 and up group because loneliness is affecting everyone. Loneliness does shut down parts of your brain. Loneliness does cause things like depression, anxiety, self-loathing thoughts. And the cure to loneliness in medical textbooks is connection. That's why you see extremely lonely people are recommended things like group therapy or group outings. So yes, that is something we want to do. Any other questions? Yes.
So, Jack, we got a pretty robust recovery community up here. Are you guys working with any of the more established groups?
So right now we are currently in talk with harm reduction in AA. So we are not an anti-alcohol group, nor are we a sober group. We push for intuitive eating and drinking, especially on the drinking part. So it's about being in control or having alternative options. But we are going through and we're coming up with like a medically based methodology, but we do actually have a lot of people in our program that are sober by choice or sober by, they've realized that they were an alcoholic and no longer want to drink. So yes, that is something we hope to expand to. Anything else? Well, thank you so much for this time. I really hope to see some of you guys at our events or supporting us. If you have any questions, come up to either one of us in a green shirt or send us an email or phone number. Sorry, I can't get it to go back on the screen. Yeah, have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Jack. So we're about halfway through our presentations tonight, and we want to give you a little update what's happening at Michigan Creatives Coast with this quick video. Wait, one more time. Oh, I apologize. I thought that was a video. they've had a video in the past. I apologize. So a little quick announcement. Michigan's Creative Coast is pleased to announce that the next Fresh Coast Quarterly Club will be featuring a live A Drink with interview between the podcast and YouTube series host, Hillary Schrank, and Northern Michigan Navigators and City Commissioners, My Stanley. This meetups are an opportunity to gather in a welcome space with other people living in Grand Traverse region and to showcase local entrepreneurs who have brought exciting new ideas, interests, inspirations, and innovations. These two influential women will share their stories in deciding to make Northern Michigan their home, finding the community, and creating a change. Join Michigan's Creative Coast on August 18th from 5 to 7, so mark your calendars, at West Shore Bank at the 400 East 8th Street, and for this opportunity to connect with community and to join in the conversation. My apologies about that. So we're going to move forward with this program. There was another slide. So I'm going to invite our fourth pitch, Lost City Design, and that's going to be by Richie Gunn. Richie, would you like to come up to the stage now? Thank you.
Thank you. Clicker. Thank you. Hello, everybody. I'm sorry. Am I using this button to advance? Chris told me I'm a terrible student. Okay, thanks. Okay, sorry. I would like to know who out here likes miniature golf. Any mini golf fans? Okay, good. Okay, miniature golf is one of America's favorite pastimes. It is a $1 billion industry. The problem with miniature golf is that it's not here. You have to go to Pirates Cove if you want to play in our area. I recently took a trip to Florida to one of the longest running miniature golf courses in the country, Goofy Golf in the Panhandle of Florida. And it's an old school course built in 1955, and the props are gigantic concrete props, and the place is basically hurricane proof. I took the design cues from that place, the giant tiki head and the sphinx and the monkey with the wagging tail, and boiled it down, and I wanted to bring that to Northern Michigan. My name is Richie Gunn. I am an immersive experience designer. Lost City Design is my company. I graduated with a master's degree in architecture from Savannah, Georgia. I'm going to keep going here. The map shows us dots where there is a mini golf course with a social media presence. I would like to fill in that green area with mini golf. So the boiled down version is a themed unit that rolls into an event space, corporate event or family entertainment center. And it has 9 holes of mini golf, and it unfolds, and it is driven by sensors, and there are mechanized holes, and it's a smaller course, but it's more challenging by way of animatronics and robotics. The family entertainment center industry is a $10 billion industry. It is set to grow to $22 billion by 2030. I have patent pending on my design. It is an automated, interactive, mobile miniature golf course, and I'm aiming it into the indoor arena, family entertainment centers, corporate events, weddings, etc. I have a video here. So my goal was to get it into prototyping, and my main question was, will this be fun, and will kids enjoy it? This was the first prototyping event, and these kids ignored the bouncy castles across the park, and they stayed here playing for about 4 hours. And even didn't want to go to the pig roast when it was done. They were just, I was amazed. As a Southerner, you wouldn't miss a pig roast. So my thinking is I have developed a kit of parts, and I need to go back. Sorry. Yeah, just one, please. I have a kit of parts so that the props fit into the lanes. Thank you. And the lanes unfold from the unit. And I'm able to use, because I have modularity, I'm able to use replaceable parts, replaceable lanes, replaceable mechanisms, sensors, all the stuff that an 8-year-old with a club will most likely break. I'm able to defend against that with replaceable parts. Okay, I'm gonna go. I think I'm out of. Okay. I have patent pending on this unit. I am aiming it into family entertainment centers, and I need to get myself with a working prototype down to the giant trade show in Orlando, and I can start taking orders to start making these. I'm asking for shop space so I can test it in a dry area and get it ready for the 8-year-old with the putter. Okay, I think I'm done.
We've got 5 minutes for Q&A.
Thank you. Any questions, everybody?
How easy is this transported?
Does
Does it fold up into a box?
Yes, it does. Folds up into a box. Thank you very much. It can roll in on a trailer, and I'm making it so it'll fit through a 36-inch wide door frame and then unfold, or an elevator. Any other? This.
Who's your target audience? I mean, who do you market to? Who buys it or rents it?
The family entertainment center would buy the unit, and then that's the first market. The other one would be corporate events, and they would buy the complete unit. And if they wanted to customize the theme, they could. If you wanted to fit into your theme, it's 100% themable, customizable. Thank you. That was a good one. Yes?
Is your patent pending a design patent or a utility patent?
It is a utility patent. Right here?
What's the interactive?
The sensor reads the player. The initial round is for the sensor to see the player and then start to motion. So the props itself, the obstacles themselves start to respond to the player. Later, I want to go to a smart club so the course can remember the player. And they are ranked as they play. The better they get, the tougher the course gets. So it's responsive to the player. Yes?
If your primary customer is the family entertainment center, they don't need portability. What's the purpose of portability?
If they need it for, lots of times the family entertainment center will have kids standing in line. If they want to wheel it out to wherever that line is, and then if not, we can talk about renovating an existing space and basically taking the mobile unit and building it into the space. The architect side of me can handle that. Yes.
So what we saw in the video was 9 kids chaos. What you would intend is one person to play the 9 holes and then another person to play them?
Yes, sir. Yes, and the sensor-driven part of it can organize the kids. That's a great question, and prototype day was terrifying for me. Yes, sir. I will have a terminal exit, so that you will have a goal to work toward. Yes, sir. Yes.
Do you know if it's up to licensing standards for childcare at summer camp and schools? I think this would be a really great product for summer camps and childcare. If it's up to licensing code, I think you'd have a huge market in Michigan.
Okay, thank you. My answer is yes, absolutely. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you. Thanks for this time.
Look forward to seeing it. Yes.
I'll take my homework.
You're okay. Thank you, Richie. That was very entertaining to see. So we're moving on to our fifth pitch. I think this is the end of our slides. All right, Meeting Maker LLC with Jody. Channels. All right, dear, thank you.
Thank you. All right. All right. Hi, everybody. One in 10 Americans suffer from a substance addiction. I'm nervous, sorry. One in 10 people suffer from a substance addiction in the United States. Sooner or later, these people are going to find themselves, some of these people are going to find themselves in the court system because of it. In fact, this year, an estimated 2.9 million people will get a drunk or an alcohol or a drug-related offense. 1.5 million of those is drunk driving alone. So, in 1986, I was one of those. Certainly not Jack's poster child. My experience was a catalyst to a recovery that literally gave me my life back. People today come to recovery for the same reasons I did, but a lot's changed since 1986. Courts are really proactive in helping people find recovery, allowing them to attend programs of 1 to 3 years that support recovery and, among other things, allow them to go to recovery-based meetings. Sounds great, right? Well, there's an issue, a big issue. Courts require proof for them to attend. And how do they get the proof? Paper. Lots of unreadable, unverifiable, forgeable, have to save forever paper. It's unwieldy, it's cumbersome, it's prone to error, it's humiliating and privacy violating for the very people it's supposed to help. For court systems, it's an administrative nightmare. They spend tens of thousands of hours annually in manual cross-checking and data entry. That's why I've developed Meeting Maker. It's a simple app that allows users to privately and securely verify their attendance via GPS, and then it provides a meaningful reporting mechanism for both them and the courts. Meeting Maker can verify any meeting of any kind, both in person or virtual, time-based or duration-based, offline and online. Users simply go to a meeting, check in, and get their attendance verified without anyone knowing. Meeting Maker's available market is very significant and largely untapped. Approximately 4.9 million people need their attendance verified, whether they be in a pretrial status, probation, or the problem-solving courts that I just discussed. If Meeting Maker was able to get even 10% of that market at $6 per user per month, it would yield an annual revenue of $19.7 million. Also, Meeting Maker is very adaptable to other verticals, such as child custody management, mental health management, and home health care visiting verification management, which would serve about 28.5 million more people. Meeting Maker's main competition is WeConnect, which is the only other standalone app available to users directly. However, WeConnect is kind of like Noom for recovery. It kind of games it. And while they might record meetings, they're not serious about verification, and it probably wouldn't stand the muster of the court system. The other competitors are all corrections-based management systems. They're super admin heavy. Court systems have to buy the entire system to use the app. And even then, it doesn't provide the level of verification that Meter Maker does. Meter Maker remains the only standalone product of its kind that is available to users directly, is competitive from a price point, and is serious about verification. I'm shocked. Our market strategy is to sell to users and to court systems as well. I'm just going to blaze through this. So the ask is, we have a fully functional product, we have users, we have revenue, we have a patent pending. What we need to do is get support to aggressively take this product to market. We're asking for $386,000.
You can continue on with your 5 minutes and then take Q&A if you'd like.
Okay, thank you. Media Maker believes that with this investment, we can be a very profitable company, that within 3 to 5 years, we can provide a great enhancement for a corrections case management system, or even give another company like Life 360 a new vertical and new features to be able to supplement their geolocation check-in app. But Media Maker is so much more important. It allows the person who needs help to not have the stigma of that piece of paper when they're just starting recovery. Thank you.
You've got 4 minutes for Q&A.
Oh, yes.
It looks super interesting. Initially, I thought the price $72 was very high, but now I see you've got competition charging 4 times as much or more. Have you spoken to the potential buyers who are using those existing systems, and are they willing to switch, or are they stuck on those systems because they came with part of a bigger bundle of some kind?
I have talked to corrections case management companies a little bit. They're really more interested. They come from the court corrections management side. They like the ankle bracelet. You know, they're really doing some heavy duty surveillance. So this is a tiny part of their big thing. I think in time, given the success of Media Maker, they would appreciate it a lot more.
I would encourage you to really go find out what would cause some of those folks to move off the competition. Because even if it's not as good, like they may just feel like, well, it's good enough. But it's very cool.
Thank you. I understand what you're saying. Those correction case management companies don't get a lot of courts because of the bulk of what they offer.
What do you think your biggest barriers to entry are right now?
I think the biggest barrier to entry is the way we need to advertise. So getting the word out there and getting the awareness is everything. I think once the awareness is provided, the product will sell. Russ.
So I saw we have 40 users right now.
Mhm.
So what are the, it's kind of looking at your what looks like the demographic of your typical user?
Okay. Well, they are people who have to verify their attendance. A couple of them are in recovery homes. So it's not just court systems that ask for this verification, but there are other people who are doing it for their own edification. And there were a couple people doing it in the court system as well. So I have people in 7 different states utilizing this app for that reason. And some people, I really don't know why they're using it because I don't know them. I do have a lot of people locally that are using it though.
Ashley had a question.
Hi, Ashley.
How do you envision that court systems getting the data into their repositories for their verification?
That's a great question. We have an API. We have the ability to send that data to any court management system. Currently, they get a report every week that provides data for every user in one report. When I sell this to court systems, they go crazy over that report. They love that report. Nothing is like it. And it's just such a pain point for them. It's a small part of a big thing, but it's a big pain point for them.
30 seconds.
Okay.
Are you local to Grand Traverse?
Yes, I am.
Follow up on that. Any local district courts using your?
We're talking. We're talking at the moment.
Another real quick follow-up. Any like testing centers for parolees or probation individuals?
Well, that's what
Attending or
that's exactly what we're looking for. Yes, yes, but we don't have one right now.
All right, thank you, Jody.
All right.
Any? Please connect with Jody with any questions that we might have missed. So this is the end of our pitches tonight. And so we're going to take a moment here and just remind you shortly, we're going to have some PSAs, 30-second announcements. If you have something to share with our audience, you can join us along each aisle. There's a microphone for that time. So now it's time to move on to the voting app. So scan if you have not yet. And if you're not already checked in, you will use this QR code and you will need to be checked in order to vote. Voting begins now. There are a couple of survey questions before you enter the vote screen. Please do so and kindly give us your feedback on tonight's event. We'll use this information in these events to see what excites you. You have a couple minutes to vote and for the best presentation, and we're going to have a quick round of public service announcements while you're voting. So we're going to start those. I do not advance it. I apologize. We're going back to the screen. All right. So any public service announcements? Thank you. 30 seconds.
30 seconds it is. I'm Bill Myers. I get to chair the board of Newton's Road, which is a nonprofit that benefits STEM education in our region. We started it 12 years ago around a kitchen table, and now it's taken off. And tonight's a little bittersweet. Our former executive director, Barb Termott, is here, and she's moving on to a new role with Newton's Road. But we get to announce a new executive director, who's Bob O'Hara. He's right there, and he might have a separate 30 seconds from me. So thank you very much.
Thanks. Thanks, Bill.
Thank you, Bill. I am Bob O'Hara, the new executive director of Newton's Road. Bill already gave the pitch for what we do. It's about STEM education. It's important to our future. It's important to our kids' future. Check us out at newtonsroad.org. It's a great website. Lots of resources for parents, teachers, schools. We'd love to have your support. Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Hi, real quick. If you know any videographers, photographers, or are interested in being a videographer or photographer for a project, please come up to me after when we go out to network so that way I can talk to you. Thank you.
Hi, I'm here on behalf of Merrick Roman. He is not able to attend because he's at his brother's birthday party. And he would like me to tell everyone, Cherry Capital Toastmasters will be meeting at the Horizon Bookstore this Thursday morning at 7:30 a.m. He says it's a great group of local people who will help you nail your next investment pitch.
Hi, I'm Jay Meldrum, Michigan Tech, table outside. MBA program starts August 29th. Come see me if you want to sign up for that. Please take a flyer and tell somebody else about it so they can sign up for it. And second of all, August 22nd, we teach our last STEAM class for this season, and we hope to come back and do that again next year. That's combining science, technology, engineering, math, and art. So cool programs. Come see us at the table. Thanks.
Do we have any others? Are we ready? We will be ready very shortly here. So as Chris takes a moment to write out the winner, I would like to invite Jody back on stage. No need to be nervous because you were voted as tonight's pitch prize winner for Meeting Makers. Thank you, Jody, for all you're doing. Yes, congratulations. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Oh. Thank you. My public, my people. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Jody. And we appreciate your time tonight. We'll trade that in for a real check to go cash at the bank.
Awesome.
And I'll take a moment just to, remind you that we are really thankful for Cambium Analytica for supporting our Pitch Prize sponsorship today. I do apologize. They gave $500 for Jody to start off on her adventure. And if you want to connect with her, reach out for that other $386,000 that she needs. So we have one more announcement for those who took time to vote. If you are not Lois Nearing, you did not win tonight's gift card. But if Lois Nearing is in the audience, she can come up stage and collect the winnings. Are you Lois? Oh, congratulations. It's a real thing. If you vote, there is a gift card waiting for you if you get selected.
Actually, go sit down. It's in the I'll get it for you later.
He told me to bring you up here. I apologize.
I'll go get it right now.
So, all right, we're going to move forward with this. So we're going to thank our sponsors here. All right, here's our sponsors. I apologize. It's State Farm. Susan Serafini has always been a long time, I cannot remember, 3 years plus now, a supporting sponsor of TCNewTech. So if she's in the audience, connect with her and hear more about her services. Lisa, she will be emceeing, I believe, the next month. So if you're missing her pretty face, you can connect with her at Access Point if you have any HR needs. And myself, ProFit Clean, our team, I'm really proud of them. We're going strong with 22 members now. So if you need some cleaning service, give us a call. And 20 Fathoms, thank you for joining. 20 Fathoms, it's really great to have you helping us build this ecosystem, getting them off the stage and into your membership options, desk options, or even more. And these are our in-kind sponsors. Elevate Net, if Chris is usually in the audience here, he is keeping us connected on our Wi-Fi. You've heard from 20 Fathoms, Michigan Creative Coast. Josh with his group with AgKey Productions. True Job, if you have a post for a job, please share it on there. We'd love to get some more traction to that. And Pro 360 Media. Northern Michigan Angels actually shared some funds with us. They're big winning. So we want to really take time to thank them for joining in on our TCNewTech community. Thank you. Jody, I see you in the audience. We really appreciate that. And so once again, if everybody's got a job, there's a shortage of workers. If you got something to share, please go ahead and post it on the True Job. We'd love to share it with our audience. And that's a wrap. Please join us September 13th. Scan, put it on your calendar, and we'll see you next month.